So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is right around the corner, and there's so much we have to discuss on this long journey till December 7th. There's so many characters in the game. There's a few more that a lot of us in the community want to see. But the thing is, Sakurai himself said don't expect too many new characters, but he also introduced the new Echo Fighter. And Echo Fighters could probably be an easier way for him to implement new characters without having to go through so much to get the characters into the game. And it doesn't really take that long to make an Echo Fighter from what we know. I thought this would be a great opportunity to discuss what characters I feel that should be Echo Fighter. I know in my last video was why Shadow should not be an Echo Fighter. Now I want to talk about which characters I think should and fit the mold a lot better. So the first character I'd personally like to see as an Echo Fighter would be Ken from Street Fighter. And I say this because Ken and Ryu are almost kind of like clone characters from Street Fighter. I don't want to say clone because I know Ken's a little bit different from at least the knowledge I know. I'm not the biggest Street Fighter player in the world, but from my experience, Ken plays very similar to Ryu in Street Fighter. And personally, I think it would fit almost perfectly in Smash because Ken and Ryu both know how to do the Hadouken and Shoryuken, so it almost makes sense because they know the same exact moves and it wouldn't be too different. You could even change up Ken slightly to make his Hadouken a little bit different if that's possible. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Street Fighter player in the world, so I don't know everything about it, only from the knowledge that I know, and that's something I'd like to see because Ken's a really cool character and I really like his Street Fighter V design. I think it's really cool. If they use that, that'd be amazing. Another character I really would not mind seeing as an Echo Fighter would be Dark Samus. Dark Samus would be a perfect fit for an Echo Fighter because Dark Samus is very similar to Samus. Also character wise, it was a creature that took the form of Samus and it can use many of Samus's own abilities. And what's really cool about Dark Samus is that she could fire 2 types of Phazon beams, and that's how they could really change up Dark Samus as an Echo Fighter, give her a type of beam shot than the normal Samus, and most of the moves can be very similar because Dark Samus is supposed to be the opposite of Samus, just the dark version, but still uses the same ability. Still has missiles, still has the morph ball, still has the boost ball, screw attack. She just has many moves that makes her a good candidate for an Echo Fighter. And on top of that, Samus in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate does not have her Dark Samus alternate skin anymore. So this could be pointing towards a possibility in case Sakurai wants to make a Dark Samus Echo Fighter. So maybe this is extremely likely, or it's already in the game and we just don't know about it. Or on top of that, he might just add it in later as DLC, an Echo Fighter DLC, which I think wouldn't be that bad of an idea. And especially if it's free. I hope it'd be free and we don't have to pay for an Echo Fighter, but that's another topic for another day. The last character I want to talk about in this video is Galactic Knight. And wait, before anyone comes in the comments and tells me Meta Knight already has a Galactic Knight costume, he can't be in the game. Well, this wouldn't be the first time that a character represents another character in Super Smash Bros. For example, Kirby has the black Kirby skin with the yellow eyes and the purple shoes, which represents Meta Knight himself. Even though he doesn't have the Meta Knight armor, it's still representing another character in the game. And I don't think Galactic Knight and Meta Knight would really cancel out each other just because of a skin. Really want this character to happen because I feel like the Kirby series needs way more representation in Super Smash Bros. Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Kind of feels like Kirby in the way it plays. It's kind of similar because Sakurai kind of based Smash Bros. Off Kirby, which is his creation. So in that way, it does have that type of representation, but character-wise, I feel like there needs to be more Kirby characters. We have Meta Knight, King Dedede, and Kirby. That's about it. Why don't we get Waddle Dee or Galactic Knight or Marks or any of these Kirby characters? And since we're talking about Echo Fighters, I just feel like Galactic Knight is the best candidate for an Echo Fighter. Or if not exactly Galactic Knight, we can get Dark Meta Knight. Galactic Knight is a little bit different from Meta Knight. I'll tell you this, he's super overpowered in the Kirby games and he fights with a spear and a shield rather than just a sword. So his moveset could be changed a little tiny bit, as you know, Echo Fighters are changed a tiny bit because of his character design, and I feel like he could use the shield in some type of way differently than Meta Knight, maybe in an animation differently, kind of like how Daisy uses moves differently, but they do the same thing, kind of like Peach. I just wanted to talk about a couple characters that I personally wanted to see as Echo Fighters, and I feel like that would be a perfect fit. This is my opinion, and let me know in the comments below, what characters do you want to see as Echo Fighters that you think will fit the mold perfectly in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos like this, and hit the like button if you liked it and dislike it if you didn't. Catch you guys in the next one.